Alright, whatever. We're live. Hi, chat. I, don't know what happened and why it stopped working. Attempt 2, let's go. Yeah, sorry about that. Well, actually, double sorry, because, yeah, I tried this last night, too. Yeah, attempt 3. This is not going well. What's good, by the way? What's good, AJ? What's good, Hunter? How you guys doing? Sorry. Yeah, oh, you're Sync Studio. Oops. Okay, so this went wrong like 7,000 different ways, but we're actually doing it this time, so I hope things go well. Unfortunately, there's ads all over the... Gosh darn it, not a fake X button. There's ads all over the freaking screen because I can't use Tier Maker without with an ad blocker on because reasons. So yeah, we're finally doing the tier list stream. Why did you give me money while live? I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, yeah. I almost did this last night and then I didn't because many different reasons. I finally figured out how to do this with Opera without Tier Maker pitching a fit. I just had to disable the because there's a built-in ad blocker. I disabled my regular ad blocker. I was like, why is it still giving me a message? And I was like, oh wait, there's a built-in ad blocker. So I had to turn off 2 ad blockers to make this work. So hopefully that ends up being worth it. But anyway, yeah, tier list stream. I said I was gonna do this between the end of 3D Land and the new Deltarune stuff coming out, and that comes out on the 5th. So tier list stream, let's go! It's finally happening. So now is kind of where I turn it over to you guys. What should we make a tier list on? I know we discussed a couple. We discussed some stuff previously, and we can definitely go that route if you guys want to. But suggestions are welcome as well. I'm thinking we could definitely do the Sticker Star tier list for sure. RDR characters. I have not played RDR, so I don't know if that would work. I mean, if you guys wanted to do like an RDR tier list, that's maybe we could do that. Let me see what Sticker Star tier lists exist. Sticker Star. Okay. Sticker tier list, battle sticker tier list, boss tier list, level tier list, enemy tier list. There's more than I thought there'd be, to be fair. Color tier list would go hard. I'm going to upset some people with a color tier list. I can't even lie. Why would I search up... No, because I know this happened the last time I did tier list. I know this happened. Why is there a Honkai tier list? Wait, hold up. Can I change? Hold on. Wait, no. I need to show my cursor. I turned it off for a different thing I was recording. Show my cursor. Yeah. Hello? What? And that blacks out the screen. Awesome. Thanks. Oh, OBS, how I adore you. Are you kidding me? Thank you. Okay. Yeah, black screen stream returns. I look up Sticker Star, I get Honkai. Oh, I guess Star, I guess. Whatever. We always end up at Honkai somehow. This has happened before. This has happened before, and it always happens when Luna's here. Anyway, I've done a level tier list. I made a whole, like, hour-plus long video. Do a color tier list. Probably end up doing both. Yeah, let's start with a color tier list. Why not? And then we'll do. We have plenty of time for other things later. 206. That's too many. That's too many colors. Ultimate color tier list. This is still too many colors. And also not enough at the same time. I also infect my friends' shorts with my favorite Genshin character every time I'm at their house. It's great. Ooh, Yoshi colors? That actually might be kind of... I don't know. Maybe not. We've got a color tier list, but we rank it based off other categories. I gotta find the right color tier list first. Okay, this, I think, this is manageable. This is fine. There's only, what, like 16? As an artist, I'll be watching closely on your opinions. Okay. I'm going to upset some people with this, for sure. Okay, color tier list. Okay. White and black are not on this tier list. Why are white and black not on this tier list? This is a bad tier list. Goodness gracious. This is just never gonna happen, is it? Lil Uzi Vert hair colors. Why? Okay, whatever, we'll just do this one, I don't care. Okay, fine, here we go, color tier list. I'm a sucker for, like, neon colors, TBH. Alright, blue is S tier, like a, not a dark blue, but like a rich blue, S tier. Lime green is S tier. Magenta is S tier. Red is probably S tier. Like a cyan, light blue is S tier. Like I said, I love the neon colors. This is like my... These three are like my go-tos when I'm doing anything graphic design. I like these on the black background. Graphic design is my passion. Anyway, probably move red. I don't know, because like red is good for like thumbnails and stuff. Because it catches the eye. I'll leave it S tier. Red is fine. Purple is probably an A tier. Orange is probably an A tier. No. Orange is probably a B tier. I like purple more than I like orange. I wish there was a darker green here. This is true. I do like blue quite a bit. Yellow. Yep, I'm unsubscribing. Okay, yellow. What to do with yellow? I feel like yellow is like what I would typically go to, like... I don't know, I don't typically go to yellow, but yellow's not a bad color. I don't know. Somewhere, if there was like an A- tier. This is magenta! This is magenta! This is purple! This is magenta! I will not be gaslit here. What, are you saying this is pink? Are we saying this is pink? Is that what we're saying? There is no pink. This is closer to pink. Okay? There's no true pink here. I refuse. No. Put yellow A tier or get shot. Fine. Fine. I can live with yellow A tier. I can live with it. Oh, okay, fine. We'll mark this as purple, and it's A tier. We'll mark this as pink, which I also am going to say is A tier. And then we'll mark this as magenta, and we'll put this A tier, or S tier. Are we happy now? Goodness gracious. Oh my goodness. Okay. These are all like... Put orange S tier, think about cantaloupes. I do like me a cantaloupe. I won't lie. W fruit, for real. These are all like... Not... I mean, they're colors, but they're not like... I don't know. I don't know. This is like a yellow-green. I don't know. I don't know what to do. This is like a scarlet, like a red-orange. This needs reworking. Like, realistically, if we're talking strictly colors, I think I probably move a couple of these down. Or up, honestly. I don't know. These are my top 3 if we're talking, like, not combinations of other colors. I mean, green is a combination of other colors, I guess. But, like, out of your typical Roy G. Biv, these are top 3. And then I think behind that, I probably leave... Would you put dark green? Yeah, I wish there was a dark green here. I feel like I don't use dark green that much, but also, like, I admire its existence as a color, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes any sense. Indigo isn't real. Indigo is a myth. I kind of agree. I don't know. Probably with orange. It would probably go B tier with orange. Okay, so if we're saying pink, I might move pink down too. So this is, wait, no, this is purple, this is magenta, this is pink. Okay. And it doesn't mean they're bad. It just means, like, if I'm gonna use a color for something, I'm probably going to these first before these. Might move yellow. No, I'll keep yellow up here. Maybe like bottom of A tier. I don't know. And then these are like, these are fine. They're just sort of like combinations of other colors. I like a yellowy green. I'll put that like bottom of B tier. I had hand Mario one link to my immediately. Excuse me. Excuse me. How dare you accuse me of giving you money? That was sent anonymously. You have absolutely zero proof that I did that. You have absolutely zero proof that I did that. That was anonymous. Anyway. This kind of blue is okay. I don't mind it. Can we make the Romanian flag? Anyway. It has your name. Does it? Gosh darn it. I made an account and everything to whatever. Whatever. We're not talking about this. Okay. Whatever. Color tier list. I'm not ranking any of these other ones. They're not important enough. Fine. Decent. Okay. There we go. I just said I wasn't ranking them and then I ranked them. Alright, color tier list. Get mad. Who else would it have been? No one knows I have it. Rename D to unimportant. Teal and C, I'm killing myself. Listen. Okay, I kind of said people would get offended at this as a joke. And now people are actually getting... Listen, none of these are bad. They're not bad. They're just... I prefer these to these. That's all I'm saying. Whatever. I like all colors. Real. We don't do the racism here. All colors are great. Whatever. We're done. We're done. We're Anyway, moving over to something less controversial. Paper Mario stickers. What? This is the worst tier list I've ever seen. Although. Whatever. This is D. This is D. Change the color. Yes. Switch. Now you can't see it. Whatever. This was gonna be like a joke. And then I just do this, and then haha, tier list complete. Alright. Tier list complete, chat. We did it. Alright. We've done a service to the world. Okay. This is my... I should post this on Twitter. I should legitimately just post this on Twitter and call this my tier list. Anyway. This tier list sucks. Sticker tier list. Okay, this actually has all of them. Okay, good. That other one sucks. There was only like half of them. Okay, now, here's where we're gonna get real controversial, chat. Also, this one doesn't have how does the other one have Kirsty and this one doesn't? How did this happen? Who allowed this? Okay, alright. We're gonna need to rework the tiers here a little bit because I think there's a lot that are gonna be in between, so we're just gonna need to add a lot more rows to this. I'll draw Mario Man again when I'm less busy. I do still very much use and appreciate your art, like... that's not visible on the screen. My profile picture for my main email is the lo-fi one. Obviously, I used the stuff you made for the channel, and you've made amazing thumbnails for me and stuff. I still very much use and appreciate your art. I must go now because it's 2 AM and I have school. Good luck, have fun. Thank you. Actually, before you go, let me just... Or you can go. It's okay. I just want to... Hey, chat, you should click this link. Anyway. Yeah, have a good night, Lou. Alright. Sticker star tier list time, chat. This is where things are actually gonna get, like, kinda weird, right? I'm gonna have, like, an A+, probably a B+. This is probably too many tiers, TBH, but whatever. How dare you? Well, you gotta be careful when you send me links, because I'm going to share them. Alright, A+ goes up here. There's not enough colors! Alright, there's not enough colors for this. Okay, fine. A+ will be this, and then A will be this, and then... Have a good stream. Thank you. Have a good night. Alright, there we go. Yeah, B+ that. B can be that. And then I'll move C+. Gosh, even setting these up is like... Oh, sorry. This. And then this. There we go. Okay, now we're cooking. Not really, but you know. I'm gonna have some strong opinions here, chat. I hope you know that. There will be strong opinions shared and expressed. Actually, got an even darker one. Hold on, wait. Yeah, there we go. And D will be this, and F will be this. Okay, cool. Now we've really got a range here that we can use. Okay. Should we start battle stickers or thing stickers, chat? What do you think? Anyone have any opinions? Gosh, I wish I had my ad blocker on right now. I can make my own list as well. I'll DM it to you later. Okay, that's fine. Oh, you can't put... Which... I'm trying to remember which level rank it was to start posting stuff in the server. Let me... I think it's level 5? Okay, I just gave you level 5 in the Discord. Let me know if you can chat. Anyway. Alright, we'll start with battle stickers. I may have made too many tiers. I can't fit it on the screen. Hold on. Okay, that's a little better. But not really. Okay, worn out jump. Well, yeah, I'm the owner. I can give rolls. It's a roll. It's not. When you get to level 5, you get the roll. It's a roll. It's not like you just get to a level and you get things. You get it from the roll, and I can give the roll to whoever. Okay. Worn out jump. It's not that good. It's fine early game, but it gets outclassed very quickly, and there's so few of them in the game that, like, I mean, it could be worse, right? Like, it's serviceable damage early game, but it's not much more than that. I'll give it D+, and these are probably going to change as time goes on. So yeah, D+. I'll put the worn out hammer there as well. Normal jump. This is all reliable, right? This is the sticker, right, for most attacks along with the hammer. I'm gonna give it a solid B. Solid B for the jump and the hammer. They're not even necessarily that much better than the worn outs, but like they're just reliable. You know, they're good. They'll do what you need them to do. I think smack dab in the middle is a pretty good place for them. Just because they're kind of bang average in terms of what they do. Obviously, hammers can hit multiple enemies. This is like 11 damage if you time your action commands right. Hammer is like 12 plus 8 plus 5. Right, depending on how the enemies are spaced, it's a little bit weird. But I think that's fine. Line jump. This is an interesting one. Maybe B+, because it's definitely better than a normal jump. If you use it on a single enemy, you're going to deal more damage than a normal jump. If you use it on multiple enemies, obviously you have the option of attacking multiple enemies, which is pretty good. The damage does taper off very quickly. That's the only thing I'll say about the jump, because it subtracts 1 for every jump that you do. So you start doing 6, and then very quickly you're doing 2 damage, 1 damage. So that's the only thing that I think takes away from it is, like, if you're, say you've got 3 enemies and the front enemy has 10 health. You hit the front enemy for 6. But by the time you get back, you're doing 2 damage. So you are not even going to be able to kill that front enemy, which kind of sucks, right? Because you go down, back. Actually, no, you won't be able to kill that. Like, say a paratrooper, right? 10 damage. Stream is... Why are we dropping frames? Hello? Why? Literally, why? Okay, sorry about that. I don't know what just happened. Line jump is typically something that you will use with other things in the battle spinner, or you'll combine multiple line jumps because it's fine by itself. Actually, I might even move it down to B tier, honestly. It's fine. Iron jump is definitely going above just because it's a jump, except you can stomp on spiked enemies with it, so it's just objectively better. So yeah, that will definitely go above. Same damage output, so it's not, you know, tremendously better, but it's definitely better. Slap hammer. I don't know where to put slap hammer. It's probably gonna go up with iron jump, honestly, because it's sort of a similar vein of very powerful single target attack. Maybe not like very, very powerful, but powerful single target damage. Like more so than either of these. More so than the only issue with it is how many times in the game are you really going to run into single enemies, right? Like there are times, but most of the time you're going to be running into multiple enemies. So that's, I think, what takes away from the jump stickers and the slap hammer is how often are you going to run into single enemies? And that's really the use case. Again, unless you're using the battle spinner and say you're doing like the 5 Goomba fight in 1-2 or something like that, and you can combine a couple things together. So damage-wise, better, but single target, it's only above the jump because it's single target and it does more damage than the jump does, so that's why it's up here. Can't target air enemies as well. The jump can. I'm actually going to move this down to B tier. Slap hammer is pretty good. Single target, it can do like 16 for a normal sticker extra. Yeah, it's good. It's definitely good damage. I just, for whatever reason, whenever I have one, it's like one of those like on the fringe stickers that if I need to discard it, I will. And I don't know why exactly, because single target damage is good. But again, like, there's nothing wrong with slap hammer. And in fact, after my last playthrough, I have more appreciation for the slap hammer. Like, there were definite moments where the slap hammer was extremely useful. Oh, it's up to, I thought it was 13. If it's up to 16, no, it can stay in B+. Yeah, if it's up to 16, absolutely. That could kill a Boo in the Ending Mansion. That's significant. No, or a Boos, no, Boos are are Boos 16 health or 21? They have to be 16. You can kill them with a shiny jump. What am I talking about? No, yeah. B+ tier for slap hammer. Slap hammer is good. Now I'm not sure about hammer though, because hammer can attack multiple and the damage is better than I'm moving hammer up. I don't care. Again, this is probably going to get revised later on. Okay. Next. I'm going to do base forms of stickers before I jump to anything else. Eek hammer. If you nail all the action commands, that's 15 damage. It's only single target, but it's pretty good. Not slap hammer good, but pretty good. So I think I will leave it. I don't know. I'll probably leave it here. We have so many stickers to rank. This is definitely going to get moved around as we go. But, again, Eek hammer is another one of those where, like, if I have one, I will discard it. And until the last playthrough, I don't think I remembered exactly how good it is. Because it's, you go up from 1 up to 5 damage on hits. Which is, it can stack. It can stack up for big damage, for sure. Up to 15 is pretty good. The only downside to it is... I think I'm going to move Slap Hammer down because the only downside to these two stickers that the hammer doesn't have is that they're single target. So I think I'm okay with this ranking for right now, just because these are single target. So single targetness might do that, just because I think in the grand scheme of a battle that probably detracts a little bit. Next up, if you have any thoughts and opinions to chime in on any of these rankings or anything that I'm forgetting about a certain sticker, please let me know, because I'm sure I'm forgetting some information. Hurl Hammer. Hurl Hammer is a better hammer, and that's literally it. It's a hammer, except it can hit flying enemies. It is the Iron Jump of hammers, literally. I mean, if you look at the sticker, that's pretty obvious to see. But it's just a hammer, but better. Does the exact same damage, except it can hit flying enemies, so it's slightly better. I should do this because the hammer can also hit spiked enemies, so I think this is fine. Not really a whole lot to say about the Hurl Hammer. What you see is what you get. Bah Hammer. I don't like the Bah Hammer. It has its uses throughout the game. Don't get me wrong. It is a multi-target hammer, which is useful. But how many battles in the game, outside of when you are literally required to do it to progress, do you really need to put an enemy to sleep? 99% of the time, you are not going to be in a battle long enough for sleep to matter. At least from my personal playthrough experience. Outside of Grumble Volcano, I might have used this like once or twice in my playthrough. It's fine, and I'm sure it has its uses. But I'm going to put it top of C tier. Because the damage output, even on an excellent, isn't that great. And sleep is fine, but it's not the most useful thing in the world. Burn Hammer and Chill Hammer are probably at least A tier. The only drawbacks of these cards is they can't hit flying, or stickers is they can't hit flying enemies, and there are certain enemies in the game that can counter them, of specific element types. That's literally the only downside. I'm going to turn the music down slightly. Forgive me. There we go. Okay. Whoops. There we go. Alright. But these are at least A tier. If you get an excellent, it's 20 damage to anything that doesn't have defense. If it does have defense, it's probably slightly lower. But again, they're only weak to like one type of enemy in the entire game each, and they're always good to have on you. Again, the only downside is they can't hit flying enemies, but even so, I think damage with their damage output, they're still worthy of A tier. Next, Super Boot. I'm gonna put it C tier because it has its purpose, right? Basically turn any jump into an Iron Jump version of that sticker for that turn. And it's fine. But just go get an Iron Jump, right? Like, I guess you could think, okay, for a clone jump, or like a really good hop slipper, it might be worth using a Super Boot, but like, I don't know, there aren't that many spiked enemies in the game. The only place you might really end up using this is like the final Bowser fight. Like, that's the only time I ever found myself using the super boot when I was playing through the game. It has its use, and it serves it well. I think similar vein to the E-Hammer. That's why, or not E-Hammer, the Bah Hammer. That's why I'm ranking it where I'm ranking it. But often unnecessary, I think, is the best way to describe it. Tail. C tier. Similar vein to the Bah Hammer, where you only really use it when you have to. And outside of the airship and the final Bowser battle, I don't really use the tail, ever. So, not particularly useful. You can probably knock other projectiles back at enemies, and that's great, but I don't like, you know, going out of your way to do something like that when you can just attack with a normal sticker. So again, it's fine, it serves its purpose. It doesn't really have a lot of use outside the purposes that the game sets for it. Frog Suit. D+. It allows you to jump high to dodge attacks, so you can completely avoid damage on attacks. There aren't that many attacks in the game that would do enough damage to the point where you'd even consider using a Frog Suit. In fact, I'm going to move it down. D tier. The Frog Suit is just not that good. And even when you do use it, there's attacks that it doesn't work on because you can still land in the attack. So, I don't like the Frog Suit. I don't find it particularly useful. That's just me, but I don't find it particularly useful. Spike Helmet. C or C+. C or C+. C+. C+, because I feel like there's enough Goombas in the game to where you could definitely get some use out of a Spike Helmet. Enough Goombas and Paragoombas to where, or enough enemies in general that do a vertical attack to where you could definitely get use out of the Spike Helmet. It's fine. I like the action command and that it does more damage with the action command. In fact, this does more damage with a good action command than a jump does on counterattack. With the way the game's structured and how it classifies a turn, the enemy's turn needs to complete fully before you can no longer get a perfect bonus. So you could basically play defense during a fight and get a perfect bonus. So I think the Spike Helmet, it's not the most useful thing in the world because it can only do damage to enemies that attack you vertically. And I believe it also takes away your ability to block. So if you happen to be using it against an enemy that doesn't attack vertically, you're probably going to take full damage from the attack, which kind of stinks. But it does solid damage on a counterattack. It's useful against enough enemies in the game to where it's not like a niche gimmick sticker. So I'm fine with giving it C+. I don't think it deserves any higher than that, but I think C+ is fine. Fire and Ice Flower base, they're getting at least a B+. At least a B+. Similar to Burn Hammers, just half as good. Burn and Chill Hammers, just half as good. They're fine. They're great. You'll always want some on you throughout the game because it's a guaranteed, depending on defense, 8 to 10 damage. And the action command is super easy to time. And it can attack everything, no matter how many enemies there are. I think in Color Splash, you can throw a max of 4. Here, you throw as many as the number of enemies that there are. So, very useful for mopping up massive amounts of enemies. In fact, I almost want to move these up. I don't know. We might revise. POW block. I think the POW block's underrated. I think it purely because it's like a great... It does... The damage it does isn't incredible by any means. But it's the crumple effect that really carries the POW block. Because it sets you up... Like, using a POW block in the battle spinner is basically how it's meant to be used. I follow up a POW block with something else. I believe if you crumple a spiked enemy, the enemy's no longer spiked as well. I may be wrong on that. If I'm wrong on that, please correct me. But I'm going to give the POW block B+. Now, of course, the efficacy of the POW block depends, 1, on if you get a crumple, and 2, whatever you follow it up with. But definitely extremely useful. It does only hit ground enemies, but still very useful. Shell. Minimum A tier. Can hit ground and low flying enemies. Does more damage than either of these. You will want those on you probably more than you'll want flowers on you throughout the game. Fantastic sticker. Nothing to say about it. One of the more useful early game stickers you can get your hands on. Absolutely adore the shell. Base mushroom. B tier. It's fine. It's a healing item. Can heal up to like 30-ish HP if you time the action command. Relatively cheap. Decent healing. Not a whole lot else to say about it. Poison mushroom. D+ for now. It doesn't do enough damage to you where it's really a threat, but it's too many steps. Poisoning yourself, then attacking enemies and poisoning them, and then waiting out the poison timer. Like, just attack them. It's too many steps. It takes too long. Like, it's an inefficient... I'm moving it down. D tier. It's an inefficient way to fight enemies. Like, it has its job, right? It does its job. But it's inefficient. There's no reason why you would have to use a poison mushroom for anything outside of the 2-1 door puzzle. That's its only purpose in the whole game. Probably the only thing keeping it out of F tier, honestly. Because there's just so many better options for attacking. It's just, like, if you have nothing on you, fine, but why would you be carrying a poison mushroom around, you know? Leaf sticker. F tier. Literally only exists to be sold. Shiny leaf I'll put D. I know we were only ranking normal stickers, but the shiny leaf has no battle use, so I'm just going to stick it in D tier. Only D tier because it sells for 5 times as much as the leaf sticker does. That's literally the only purpose of those. I will save the enemy-specific drop stickers for later. So now we can move into shinies, I guess. Okay, shiny jump. A tier. A tier, I think, is reasonable. If you time all the action commands, you're doing 21 damage to a single target, assuming it's not spiked. It's solid. It's probably your sticker of choice to deal damage once you get to, like, World 4 and beyond. That or the shiny hammer, which I'm going to give high A tier. And same with the shiny Iron Jump. Probably swap these two. Yeah. Basically your weapons of choice once you get to World 4. Oh, I forgot to rank the Hop Slipper. I'm sorry. My bad. Hop Slipper. Hop Slipper B+. Best base single target attack sticker. Can't target spiked enemies. But if it's not a spiked enemy, you're killing it, right? Incredibly useful early game. You get extra coins as well if you keep performing the action command after the enemy's dead. So Hop Slipper is a good way to grind coins early game. Fantastic sticker. I used so many of these throughout the run. B+ for sure. The only reason it's not higher is because there's better versions. Okay. Shiny Hop Slipper. I guess low A tier or like really high B tier. It's only 1 more damage per jump, so it's only 30 instead of 20. Whereas on a jump, you go from 11 to 21, so it basically doubles the damage. I mean, I guess it's only 10 more, but like the scaling is a little bit different. Like, it's fine. It can take out some slightly stronger enemies. I think additionally, what might be carrying the Hop Slippers is their usefulness against bosses because of how boss health is quartered. I think that definitely helps. But yeah, I think they both belong in B+, this one a little bit higher. Shiny Line Jump. Give it low A tier. Another one of those where you're just going to ditch the base ones in favor of the shiny ones later on in the game. Solid multi-target attack. The damage, because you start with higher damage, the drop-off of damage is less noticeable and significant. So definitely better in every way. Let's see. Shiny Slap Hammer. Probably one of these two right here. If there was an A-, I mean, I can't add more tiers to this, right? That would just be stupid. I'll put it low A. Another very, very powerful single target attack. Only issue is can't hit flying enemies. But besides that, extremely powerful, good damage. Not really too much else to say about it. Eek, probably about the same. Single target, high damage, not much else to say. Pearl Hammer, better hammer. What is there to say? I mean, we've gotten to a point where that's going to be a lot of these. Shiny Super Boot. High C tier. Shiny Frog Suit. What the frick is the point of the Shiny Frog Suit? No, actually, I'm looking this up. Its effect is the same as the Frog Suit, but it further increases the power of subsequent stickers. frog suit. Is the normal frog suit just not listed? Why? That sucks. Alright, whatever. Apparently it increases the power of the stickers you use after it, so it's slightly better. Fine, D+. Still never use it. What else we got? Shiny tail. Tail, but more damage. Goes there. Shiny spike helmet. Still single target. Damage is pretty good. I'll move it up to low B. Why not? Flowers. Just above the shell because they do slightly more with an excellent. I think they do 14 instead of 13. But they are, again, sort of your weapons of choice for multi-target. Same with the shiny shell goes A tier, no question. Shiny shell A+, or sorry, A+ tier. Shiny shell is insanely good. Like it has no business being that good. It doesn't even quite double the damage. It goes from 13 to 22, but it's actually just that good. If shells are incredible, shiny shells are like somehow even more incredible. Shiny Pow Block. I'm gonna give it low A tier because I believe as the tiers go up, the chance to crumble also increases. So it's literally a better Pow Block in every way. Better damage, better chance to crumble. Shiny Mushroom. Better healing. Again, like that's kind of it. Alright, and now we'll move on to Flashies. Flashy Jump. I don't even know what the damage for this is off the top of my head, but it's pretty good. I'm just gonna give it A tier. Same with the A+. Same with the hammer. Slap Hammer. I'll probably just give all the Flashies A tier. Like, we should be really ranking sticker types, not individual stickers, because these all just are just like, oh, it's the sticker again, but better. Flashy Spike. I feel like I never use a Flashy Spike helmet. Like, never. Maybe high B. Because, like, again, it's kind of niche because of the specific type of way you need to be attacked in order to use it. Flowers. I don't even think these are as good as, like, a shiny shell. I don't even think these are as good. I'll leave it an A+. Flashy Shell, S tier. Flashy Mushroom, A tier. Flashy Infinijump, S tier. No explanation needed. Flashy Pow Block, A+. Alright, now we're... Oh, sorry. Hop Slipper. Flashy Hop Slipper, give that A+ too. Flashy Clone Jump. Yeah, A+. Gosh, this is gonna take forever. I think I'll try and find a thing sticker tier list after this, just so we can get something different to look at. See, that's the thing. Like, I'm gonna be done ranking the normal stickers, like, because all these are just, oh, it's this sticker but better. It's like, these are both going to be S tier. These are both going to be S tier. Probably most of these are going to be S tier just because they're better. So I'm just going to ignore basically the rest of these and just move on to, like, the kind of niche specific ones. The 1-ups, they're fine. I don't use them too often. I'll give them, like, B+, A, I guess. I don't really use them. Secret Door, in terms of battling, it's actually not bad, you know. I'm gonna give it, because if it's, I'm giving it S tier. I'm giving it S tier because it's a guaranteed runaway in battle, and in the overworld you can get, obviously, you can get the squirt gun. Enough said. You can get the squirt gun out of a secret door. So that's, you know, I think that's enough to make it S tier. I don't even know if I've used some of these, to be completely honest with you. I might do the same thing here. I'll rank like the worst version or the lowest version of like these, so like the stickers, the wind ones, the vacuums, the water ones, and then we'll just move on. Scissors. Between like B+ and A for the scissors. I'm gonna give it A just because it's kind of one of those staple things. Like, you get it in 1-1, you use it to kill Bowser Jr., you use it to cut the boat. So I guess like story impact is gonna have a lot to do with my rankings here. So scissors will be A. I'm just gonna straight up rank the fan for. You know what? No, I'm not ranking the sewing scissors. I'm ranking the normal scissors, and I'm ranking them A. Fan A. Same reason. Vacuum. It's memorable. Not as memorable, but memorable. I'll give it B+. Faucet. B+. Trumpet. B. It's smaller, so it doesn't do as much damage, but it's important for the story. Bat. I'm gonna give the bat an A. I like the bat. I think the bat's iconic. None of the crushing ones are really all that iconic. I guess I'll use the drum. I'm actually gonna rank this one a little bit lower because of the action command. All the action commands so far have just been mash, or for the bat you have to time it, but I feel like it's relatively, you know, easy to see when to time it. This one you just gotta hit the A button at the right time. Give this one, give it a C. Light bulb, B because of story significance. Watch battery. I thought this was mashing. Apparently it's not. C. Bowling ball. It's getting upgraded because of the cutscene in World 3. It's gonna get a B. I actually really like that cutscene with the bowling ball. It's really cute. What else we got? Jackhammer. Not bad. It's a mashing action command, so that'll help it a little bit. C+. Radiator. B. Not top of B. Goodness, no. Plus you get to replay Snifter with it, or do the bonus round, which is cool. Pretty much all the heat things, I'll give B. I guess I'll do the oven. Oven will get B. Shaved ice, B. Soda, B. Squirt gun, S. No explanation needed. Sponge, B. Honestly, I think all the story ones are going to get bumped up a little bit. Like, ones you actually need for the story. No, I'll give the sponge a B+. I like it. Bed. D. Tape. C+. No action command for it, though. Fish hook. B. Stapler. No, we already have the tape. Although the cutscene where you get the stapler is kind of cool, so I'll rank that too. I'll give it C+. Goat. I'm actually gonna give it B+ because it's funny. Boombox. Boombox A, only because you have to freaking break your finger to get the excellent. Cake F. I'm sure it's fine, it's just, there's no clues about the action command. There's some miscellaneous ones down here, I'm not really gonna rank these, like, I'm sure they're fine, but, you know. Do I want to make any changes to this? Probably not. Any things I find particularly funny or memorable are probably B+ and above. Other story necessary things are sitting in B. Yeah. This probably isn't like a complete, comprehensive, like everything where it needs to be tier list, but I don't just want to do the Sticker Star tier list all stream, so this is kind of where I'm going to leave it. Any major gripes, any major problems with any of my reasoning or anything that's just ranked really badly that anyone has an issue with? If so, that's fine, let me know. Is there anything I've missed that, you know, I shouldn't have? And you could just imagine that most of the big, shiny, and Mega Flash stickers are up here somewhere. I don't mind this. I think this looks pretty good. This got me thinking about some stickers in a way that I haven't before, so I actually don't mind it. But yeah, this is kind of my Sticker Star tier list. Realistically, anything that does a decent amount of damage should be an S tier, because it hits every enemy for that amount of damage. So most things realistically should be an S tier, but in terms of the action command and story and that kind of stuff, they're kind of ranked on a downward curve. But oh, I didn't rank these. I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't rank any of the specific ones. Snowball, A tier. Boomerang, A tier. All the other ones are probably like B+. Kind of mid. I think that's my comprehensive analysis, is the rest of them are like okay. Probably move a couple of these down. These get B+ just because they're late game. Yeah, I think that's fine. Alright, now we have our Sticker Star tier. Snowball and Boomerang, my beloved. Anyway, that's all. We'll move on to a different one. I think next we will do... we don't have to do a Sticker Star one next. What do you guys think? What should we do next? We could do another Sticker Star one if you guys want. If not, we could do something else. A boss tier list might be quick if we wanted to, just do that. I want to see, is there one that includes, like, mini bosses? Yes! Yes! Okay, or at least some of them. Yeah, okay, the ones that are not, like, normal enemies are here. Okay. Cool, yeah, we'll do this one. This one shouldn't take too long. Alright, starting off. Bowser Jr. He's gonna get heavily carried by his later appearances in the game, because his first appearance is literally you chop him to bits with the scissors before he can do anything. I mean, I guess he's memorable because he throws the scrap up there in his first appearance, and then he kind of surprises you out of nowhere once you get to the last 3 worlds of the game. And his, the problem with Bowser Jr.'s boss fights is they all have such, like, an easy-to-exploit weakness. Like, the first one is just hit him with the scissors. The second one is jump on him when there's a bunch of bombs on his head. And the third one is reflect all this stuff back at him. So I feel like he got done dirty. Like, he's supposed to be one of, like, the big recurring villains in the game, and his boss fights just do not live up to that because they're all ridiculously easy. So I'm gonna give him probably C tier. He's fine. He's not really that memorable, in my opinion. The airship fight's cool. I don't mind it. Kamek next. Okay. First fight you can do in one turn very easily. He does do the scrap comet piece thing. He does the sandal magic. D tier. Kamek goes bottom tier purely because of the abysmal design of the final Kamek fight. It is so bad. If you do not roll a triple on the battle spinner, you're sitting there until you do. And even if you do, if any of them are out of range, the fight is unwinnable. And that boss design is so bad that I am going to make a new tier for F and put Kamek down there because it is that bad. Giant Buzzy Beetle. Basically a normal Buzzy Beetle, but big. Inoffensive. C tier. Enough health that early game it's probably going to take you a couple of turns to knock him out unless you get like a battle spinner jackpot. So, you know, right before an HP up hard as well. Relatively memorable, but not anything too crazy. So I'll give it C tier. Mega Sparkle Goomba. One of my least favorite of the actual world bosses. Maybe it's because it's World 1. Maybe it's because you can basically tear him to smithereens with the fan. I don't know. Probably better than these two, but not great. Probably still C tier. The Paragoomba, the five-fold Paragoombas, relatively memorable. Quick kill though, maybe like top of C, not great. Pokey, I don't know about the Pokey. Maybe low B tier. Because the fight lasts long enough because you have to wait for him to come out of the ground with his segments, right? And he can bring in more enemies, and he's got a couple different attacks. I feel like it's relatively memorable. Wiggler segments, D. They randomly dodge attacks, and it sucks. I don't like them. You never know what to use against them. Your best bet is if you have a thing sticker on you, just use the thing sticker. But the design isn't like... I don't know. Maybe I'll move Kamek up to D. Big Scuttlebug. C. It's fine. It's got a little extra something to it, but it's just a big Scuttlebug, except he's got a web now. Gooper Blooper S tier. Nothing more to say. Big Cheep. Probably high B tier. I probably am higher on that fight than most are, just because there's kind of different phases to it. There's the initial damage phase, there's the fish hook phase, and then there's the he inflates himself and you gotta pop him with the, or you're supposed to pop him with the spike helmet. I think you can also do it with the thumbtack. I didn't know that until recently, but I think you can. Big Boo. It's not his fault that he can be completely obliterated by the I think the lead up to this one kind of carries it. The fight itself isn't great. He does have the gimmick where he can disappear and you gotta take the lights out again, so that's something, but probably in between these two. The Shy Guys, I actually really like these guys. I like these guys a lot. I'm giving them A tier. Because you're expecting to just fight a couple of Shy Guys, because in World 3 you just fought a couple Poison Bloopers. But then they're all copied and got different attacks, and actually really interesting. So I like the Shy Guys. I'm giving them A tier. Bowser Snow Statue / Mr. Blizzard. I want to give this S tier. It's either S or high A. I'll leave it at high A for now. The different phases are great. You know, I'm giving it an S. I'm giving it low S, and I don't care. Because he slowly gets smaller, like one of those Russian dolls, as you... And then all of a sudden it's just this little snowman at the end of the day. Plus, Mr. Blizzard has a good backstory. So yeah, it's getting low S tier. Chain Chomp. Can you even call this a mini-boss? This isn't even a mini-boss. I'm giving it F tier. It's more of a puzzle. Petey gets A tier. And the reason I'm giving Petey A tier is he's like the one boss in the game that doesn't have a gimmick. Like, I think his gimmick is probably the Infinijump, but like, he's the one boss in the game that doesn't basically have an insta-kill. And I respect that. So, he's getting A tier. And then Bowser... I'll give Bowser A. For the fight itself, I'll give it A. Because there's multiple phases where he does multiple different things. And I don't think it's too bad. Bowser as a character in this game was terrible. But the final Bowser fight, it's either low A or high B tier. I'll give it high B tier, I think. So, yeah, I think that's a... These aren't necessarily in... They're kind of in order. I might move Bowser Jr. up, like, here. Top of C tier, I don't know. I don't know. Something like this. But yeah, these two are good. These two are okay. They're pretty good. These are okay. These are not, like, inoffensive but not memorable. These are offensive, and this is not even a boss fight. So, yeah, there's my boss tier list. All right, now let's move on to something else, because I'm sure you guys are tired of seeing Sticker Star at this point. So, what do y'all want to see a tier list on next? Eric, actually, I can't do a Pope tier list. I can't. I don't know. I don't know enough about the Popes to do a Pope tier list. I'm sorry. I don't know enough. If I knew more, I might, but I don't. I don't know enough about the Popes to do a tier list. I'm sorry. I hate to. Why are we dropping frames again? Stop that. Sorry, just checking Instagram real quick. Bots. We love bots. It's sarcastic. We don't love bots. Alright, there we go. Okay, cool. Why are we dropping frames? Like, actually, why? I have the minimum possible things open. How are we possibly dropping frames right now? This is ridiculous. OBS, please. I beg of you. Is there anything running in Task Manager that shouldn't be? Is it just the ads in the background? Like, what's the issue? I don't know. I don't know what the problem is, but we keep dropping frames. I don't know why. Alright, Dude. What the frig? This is not cool. Does it say there's 515? No. Maybe that's a ranking. I was like, there's not 515 FNAF characters, surely. Plus, I've already done a FNAF character tier list. There's a couple years ago. I don't get why we're dropping frames. I can try and turn the bitrate down. It's already pretty low. I don't know if that's gonna do anything, but like... I can try it, I guess. I don't know. Alright, well, what do we think, chat? What's next on the tier list, doing, I guess? I don't know. I'll make sure the quality's not too bad. Let me pull up the stream real quick. Gosh, I have no cells. Why? Why is it that my phone struggles to load like YouTube when I'm on Wi-Fi and I have full bars of Wi-Fi? I don't have data. I have 0 cell service in my basement, but I do have Wi-Fi and I have Wi-Fi on, and yet it still takes time to like load stuff. I don't get it. Alright, I mean, if there's no suggestions, I could just call it. We could call it a short stream tonight, and I'm okay with that. I understand this isn't like a full-on game, so this might not be the most exciting thing in the world. So I'd be okay doing that if we don't have any additional suggestions. But I will leave that up to you. By the way, I did check this one out, and yes, this is every single Pokemon, so we will definitely not be doing that one. If I do sports ones, I'm gonna get called a casual for sure. Game tier list will be fun, but some of these I've never had. Oh no, this is just a Link to Schlatt's video, never mind. Still dropping frames, by the way. Not sure how, but we're still dropping frames. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay just making it a short stream and calling it a night. I've not seen a lot of suggestions, so that might be what we do, and that's totally fine. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, well, thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, I guess you can drop a like and subscribe if you want. No pressure, you don't have to, but if you want to, you can. I will be live Thursday night, playing Deltarune. Maybe even earlier. I actually don't know when it comes out on Thursday. I might be doing it earlier depending on when it comes out. But I will be live Thursday playing Deltarune. Will I be live in the meantime, in the in-between? I don't know. I'll have to see, but I will be live for Deltarune on Thursday unless something drastic changes, in which case I will try to let you guys know. But thank you all for watching. I do appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful night, and always remember, Jesus loves you.